How well does a community take care of itself? According to a recent study, a single pound circulates in the Asian community for 28 days, in Jewish communities for 20 days, in white communities for approximately 17 days, and the black community, 6 hours. This is what we at the Black Wall Street UK desperately want to change. We've developed a unique mobile app called the Black Wall Street UK. This is a business directory for black-owned businesses all across the UK. With the Black Wall Street UK app, you can find any black-owned businesses around you with the tap of a finger. So next time you're searching for a nearby hair product store or a nail shop or an estate agent or any black-owned business or service provider, just do a super quick search on the Black Wall Street UK. Our app allows you to search by business type and location. You can save your favourite businesses, add your own black-owned business, read reviews from other clients and much more. The Black Wall Street UK, the entire UK black community at your fingertips. Free app now available on Apple and Play Store. www.thebblackwallstreetuk.com.
I got thrown. Got thrown. Oh my God. Good morning, people. Good morning. Yeah, your boy is here. I would say that I overslept. I wouldn't say I would say I overslept. I did oversleep, right? I got a little bit thrown. I genuinely got thrown this morning in terms of realizing what time it was. I kind of like measure what I do by what actually happens around me. My wife's off this morning and I saw her walking around and I'm thinking to myself, well, if she's walking around, she ain't gone to work yet. But the thing is, yeah, it was a day off. It's a day off, so I got thrown. So yeah, I'm here and I'm late. But the main thing is that I'm here. You could say the main thing, but the point here, innit? Good morning, Sharon. How you doing, darling? Morning, Claire. What's that? Morning and happy hump day all. Is today hump day? Morning, Keith. Keatley. How you doing, bro? Hump day. Good morning, Av. How you doing, Avs? Yes, miss. Yes, madam. Grand rising. Without a shadow of a doubt. Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. How far, Rudy? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What can I say? Grand rising, Donna. Yes, Paul. Yes, Paul. Bit up on you last night, bruv. Good show. Good show, by the way. Thanks, babes. Good show, by the way. So I guess it really is about, right? Clearly it was your hump day, Rudy. Clearly it's none of your business, Spice. Oh my God. Oh my God, you look, yeah. Clearly it was my hump day. Clearly it was my hump day. Clearly, they say. Oh my gosh. Grand rising, Aston, man. Looking forward to chatting with Aston on Friday. Looking forward to dealing with the brother on Friday. So my thing is, right, a question I got to ask, yeah? Silly games, right? Silly games. Oh my God. Paul said to me last night, he said to everybody last night that really and truly, Lovers Rock, the film really was silly games, wasn't it? It wasn't about Lovers Rock, it was about silly games. That's it. That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. Even that's exactly what Paul did when he stumbled across it, when he was saying it. It came out of his mouth, and I could see that he was smirking, and it was like, yeah. It's true, you know. It's true. They should have called it. But the worst thing about it, when you think about it, yeah, is that it's done some serious damage, hasn't it? I mean, it really has done some damage when you think about it. I mean, man, it mash up our you can't even say childhood, because that wasn't really our childhood, was it? It weren't really our childhood. It was, what is that period of time? You know what I mean? Between like 16 and 25. You know what I mean? What would you call that time? You don't call it, you don't call it your childhood. Do you know what I mean? You don't, but it's done some damage, hasn't it? I mean, come on, keep it real. Keep it real. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's what it's done, hasn't it? It's oh dear. Oh dear. I don't think we're gonna listen to that tune quite the same anymore. Do you? I don't think so. Yes, sir. Pubescence. That's the word. Pubescence has been mashed up, mud up, destroyed, thrown in the bin, kicked clean to the curb. Our pubescence has been destroyed. Destroyed, Mr. McQueen. You have killed it. 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 It was, and the thing is, it was one of the best. It was the best time in our life. It was the best time of my life. You know what I mean? Listen, mate. Are we still going on about this, Rudy? I don't want to hear it no more. I don't want to hear it no more. What about Kunta Kinte? Hey, what are you saying, big man? By the way, people, I want you to cuss Carl. Cuss him, right? He's broken protocol. He's broken protocol. Yeah. The brother coming here, yeah, had his baptism. He's now, we all know now that he's officially a rant and bant, yeah? And he's refusing to turn up on Saturday to take on DJ Countryman, right? He feels that it's one of them things that you can just opt out of just like that, yeah? No, it's not. It's not. It's not one of them things you just opt out of. You could do the show in your car, yeah, Wi-Fi drive, yeah, you depend your phone, yeah, and you can tune into the show and you could and you're away because Wi-Fi work. I mean, also that in Newport, yeah, you lot are up on things, yeah. The technology there, the electricity did reach, yeah. I know the electricity only reached last week, but the electricity reached Newport, you know. But yes, bro, people, I'm gonna out him, yeah. Carl is not gonna be there on Saturday, yeah, doing 15 minutes with Rudi Lickwood and DJ Countryman, yeah. And the proof of that is in the promo. Watch the promo.
15 minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudi Lickwood, Saturday morning mayhem with two entertainment heavyweight.
One word, three syllables.
Syllables.
You know what syllables?
Join them with interviews.
On Facebook than they learn at school these days. So.
And in the room now, he's been waiting for how many weeks? How many weeks has this guy been waiting? I know the whole room. I bet you there's comments in the room.
Comedy and quizzes.
Child support money for you or something.
No chance of that, Babs.
Oh, no chance. Just take it off from me.
You take away your baby, man. Oh my God. Don't feel bad, Anthony, though, because
I don't.
Because the milkman took her as well. The milkman did take her as well.
And Julie, do your best, Julie. You ready, Julie?
I am indeed. I am indeed.
I said I am indeed twice.
Oh, I didn't know.
Hey, this is why nobody responds to your complaints at ITV. This is why. This is ITV and Ofcom headquarters.
Hello. Hi. Hello. He said hi twice. Goodbye. He said hi 3 times.
You're gone. You're gone. You're gone. You're gone. He's gone, man. He's gone.
15 minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudi Lickwood mornings. Now I'll be the same again.
Incredible!
Did you notice what I noticed? Did you notice what I noticed? Because me noticed said Carl Bassett's name was not down as one of the guests. Did you notice that? Yeah, his name ain't down. His name ain't down. There's a reason for that, innit, Carl? Carl, there's a reason for that, innit, Carl? Carl knows there's a reason for that. Why he's not going to be appearing on 15 Minutes with DJ Countryman on Saturday. Yes, he's got other things to do. Yes, he's busy. He's busy. You know what I mean? He's busy. He's busy. And you notice, yeah, I never did not one sheep joke, yeah, during his interview. That's how respectful of the man I was. You get me? I never did not one joke. Yeah, yeah. I didn't talk about how them they shag the sheep. You get me? I didn't talk about how sheep there's back up on them. You know what I mean? I never did one joke about them lot, and I did just singing at the valleys in the valleys. You notice I didn't do no jokes about that. I was totally respectful to the man. So he said to me, "You know what, Rudy? Yeah. Me can't be bothered for turn up on Saturday, you know." And I'm thinking to myself, you know what, rude boy? You're now a rant and banter, you know. So he said, you know what? This is what he actually said. He said, I might turn up next week. He said, I might turn up next week. Yeah, that's what Carl told me. That's what Carl told me. I was vexed. Anyone would have think that I was listening to Silly Game. Don't tell me that I'm longing out the joke here, because that's how you're meant to play that tune now. You're meant to wheel up and come again. But that's how they was playing it in the film, innit? Come on, man. You not know how you're meant to play silly games now. That's how you play silly games, innit? Ain't that how you're supposed to play silly games? That's how you're supposed to play it, innit? Ain't Denise. What was that? I missed. These are some of the things I missed. I remember the Gordon family would get the records and write the lyrics out, then harmonize their singing. The Gordon family. Are you talking about Gordon Miller? Which Gordon? Because I know the Millers used to sing hard. Yeah, so I'm not sure which one you're referring to. What do you mean left him alone? Yeah. Oh. So you and Carl like this now? Look, he's laughing at you. You know, he's laughing at you. Carl ain't laughing at me. He's laughing at you. You understand what I'm saying? He's laughing at. Yeah, Rude's being silly now, isn't it? Rudy, stop it, man. You're being silly now, isn't it? Nah, man, that's the name of the film, innit? Silly Games. You hear me? That's the name of the film, innit? Hey, that's the name of the film. Silly Game, 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 Silly Game. You know what? I was wondering to myself, yeah, whether or not it was actually a distraction. Yeah, whether or not Boris, our friend Boris, yeah, decided that he was going to use it as a distraction, yeah, so that he can do this. You see it? We're going to be in lockdown tier 3 come the 2nd of December. I can see this. Them not feel so they're smart, you know. Them not feel say people them off the ball, you know what I mean? So, you know, it could have been a smart move. Even all the Sainsbury's ad and everything could have been a thing like, let we just distract these people, yeah? Yeah, let we throw a couple people on the TV. Let's put some different cultures on the TV, yeah, and that will get the whole country talking about that, yeah. Meanwhile, distracting them away from the fact that wagwan, really and truly, you understand what I'm saying? Because I mean, they're saying that in Oxford that they now have AstraZeneca. Which is supposed to be a new vaccine, right? that they stumbled across. Literally, they literally saying that they stumbled across it. It's meant to be 99% proof in terms of working, and they actually stumbled across it. And do you know how they actually stumbled across it? By overdosing people. They actually overdosed. They actually accidentally overdosed people, yeah, and stumbled across this cure. They stumbled across it. Not only did they stumble across it, but they've actually bought something like, I can't exactly remember the number, but we're talking about over 100 million doses. We're talking a couple million pounds worth of dose they have purchased, right, already, and they don't think it's going to be ready until April. So, you know what we do, Rants and Bants, you know what we do. We follow the money, innit? That's what we do. We follow the money because what we really want to know is, oh, so you're going to be, you've already decided to purchase, yeah? And remember, over 2.5 months ago, they purchased from, not Pfizer, I can't remember the name of the company, they purchased from somebody else, yeah? And they purchased a couple of million again of doses, yeah? And that couple of million that they already purchased, they're not going to be using. Where the money gone? And the worst thing about it is that Boris actually told us, the guy is so feisty, right? He did a speech, right, where he actually told us that he's used taxpayers' money to do so. He told us this. I have used taxpayers' money to purchase the new vaccine, yes, from AstraZeneca that was put together in Oxford University that they stumbled across by accident by overdosing people. You know what? It's the same sort of overdose, yeah, that caused my brother to lose his legs, to use the use of his legs, because my brother's schizophrenic, right? So he had to go to a place in Willesden on a regular, and they would just inject him. And then one time they overdosed him. Yeah, and I went to his house and he couldn't stand up. He couldn't walk. I had to call the ambulance. We took him to the ambulance. He was in hospital for over 3 months. Yeah. They did test after test after test after test after test. Yeah, so they can't work out what is going on, what is wrong. Yeah, and then I started to look at his medication and everything. And on studying his medication, I discovered that one of the symptoms, right, that you get, right? You know when you read the back of a bottle and it goes may cause. One of them was that it may cause loss of use of legs and all them kind of like thing. When I started to talk to the hospital about this, I said to him, I don't know why you lot are doing all your thing, but I think you've overdosed him. He was overdosed when he was given his medication. The moment I started talking like that, all the paperwork at the end of his bed disappeared. All of it, just whaps, just like that. The doctors then stopped talking to me, yeah. And if it wasn't for the guy who gave out the medication was a black man, he was a Rasta man, and I told him about the medication that my brother had, yeah. And I explained to him, and I goes, could an overdose, yeah, cause my brother's loss of limbs? And he looked at me and he goes, yeah. He said, I said, oh, then can you please talk to the doctor? He goes, I can't really, in fact, I can't even repeat this conversation that I'm having with you. I can't actually repeat the conversation that I'm having with you. But I will tell you straight up, brother, yeah, that's most probably what caused him to lose the loss of his limbs, because of the overdose. And them are bigging themselves up for overdosing people and finding out that there's a possibility, yeah, that AstraZeneca has found a vaccine that might cure the coronavirus. There's no proof. And remember, don't forget, you know, that the numbers that them lot are using, yeah, we already know that the numbers were inflated. So let's just assume that the coronavirus doesn't really exist. Let's just assume for a minute it doesn't really exist. And if it doesn't really exist, then there's a possibility that them lot could be just throwing numbers at us. Yeah? Because something's killing people. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying something isn't. Yeah? But if it doesn't really exist, yeah, then that means that That means that they can manipulate the numbers. That means they could give us vaccines and all of a sudden say that we found a cure. Yeah, but no. But what they're going to do is they're tightening the screws. They're tightening the screws. Boris has already said, yeah, that come Christmas, yeah, it goes that there'll be 3 households will be able to form a Christmas bubble to meeting at home during this period. Once the bubble is formed, members cannot join other bubbles. Christmas bubbles can meet at home at a place of worship or outdoor public places. Yeah? So they're saying that, you can have a Christmas, but after Christmas, there's going to be a serious lockdown. There's going to be a squeeze. And he's warned us that that time is coming. He said he's warning us that that time is actually coming. So I don't know whether, you know what I mean? I don't know whether this, in truth, yeah, I'm connecting dots that don't really belong there, but you know. You understand? Because while we're busy talking about that, yeah, disagwan in Australia, this is what's going on around the world.
As more Australians head back to the office and factories, a new tool will be activated on June 1st to make enforcing pandemic distancing rules easier. Developed by Motorola Solutions, this smart surveillance system will watch where people walk and where foot traffic is causing close contact. It will record it and report it for action. Artificial intelligence is doing all the heavy lifting, so real people don't have to watch hours of video. For example, if wearing a mask is a company policy, you'll be flagged by the system when you're not wearing one.
Have absolutely no doubt about that. But there will be strong, I suspect the majority of Australians will get vaccinated, and then there will be a strong public view that those who choose not to get vaccinated need to, there needs to be some sort of incentive stick, perhaps, through the current programs, including No Jab, No Pay, to make that happen. So I think that is a very reasonable interpretation of what the PM had to say today.
Did you see that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Yeah, a little bit of incentive. Yeah, a little bit of incentive. And they're not talking about incentives in terms of, oh, here's a sweet if you do this. Yeah, that's not the kind of incentives they're talking about. Yeah. Oh man, them people go a little bit further than that. You understand what I'm saying? They're going a little bit further than that. The kind of incentives they are talking about is more like a forfeit. You know the same forfeits that we was already talking about? Where we said that if you want to travel, the only way that you're going to be able to travel is if you've had the vaccine, and the only way that you're going to be able to prove that is that if it becomes stamped in your passport. You remember that conversation that we was having way back where we were saying that we could see this coming? Yeah, and everyone was saying, oh, you lot are going too far. It's all conspiracy theories, etc., etc., etc. Remember them conversations that we were having? Do you remember? Eh? I hope so. I hope so. Because if you can remember, then now it's staring us in the face, isn't it? An airline has said they won't let international passengers board their flights unless they have proof they have been vaccinated against COVID-19. So, me nah make it up. So, I guess we could go on all day if we choose to, right? And we could be distracted. Because maybe in the great scheme of things, Steve McQueen did us a favor. He got us talking. Steve McQueen got us communicating. Steve McQueen got us to remind that we are actually Black British. I couldn't believe there was one conversation that I was having and we was talking about Lovers Rock. And somebody actually said, it's because they're not Jamaican. I was flummoxed. I was like, what has Lovers Rock got to do with being whatever West Indian island you come from? Because I thought that Lovers Rock was about Black British people. That's what I thought it was about. You know? So we've always been distracted to be thinking that we belong elsewhere in terms of where our responsibilities lie with reference to our children and our grandchildren. I mean, the one thing that the government did do when the coronavirus came out was the front line became our children, if I'm correct. Because while the Houses of Parliament was empty, the schools were filled with our children contaminating one another, if you're to believe that the virus is real. Now, if you go and start reading the newspapers, you will discover that at least, I think it's 4%, maybe even more, of children who are going to school are now self-isolating. Because they've come into contact with the coronavirus, or they feel that they've come into contact with it, or they're bunking off. Either that, or some of them might just be bunking off. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that the screws are going to get tightened. I mean, it is one reason why I kind of was up last night, because I was reading and trying to prepare myself mentally for this morning. So I didn't have my meds this morning. I don't know if anybody had their meds this morning. I noticed that Coach Astrid isn't in here this morning, so I'm hoping that she did get up. But you know what, Denise? You're right, you know. Everything starts in Australia first because it's the other side of the world. It's the other side of the planet. So before it actually gets here, they might go test it. The same way that they tested out the slave trade on the Europeans, right, and perfected it by the time they got to the Africans. They perfected it. Yeah? So, I don't know. Should we just be distracted? Should we just be talking about what's going on with Steve McQueen? Yeah? Or are we gonna accept that he is a genius of a director? He is. You know, the one thing that upset me, I'll be honest with you, the one thing that upset me, right, was I thought that all the critique was valid, right? Until people started reminding me about who he's in relationship with, what his sexuality is. Then I got confused, because I was like thinking to myself, well, what have all of these things got to do with the actual project that he did? And then I went, you know what? They got a point. Maybe they got a point. Maybe his background is affecting the way he looked, his outlook on the whole genre of Lovers Rock. But then again, he was talking to his family about it. Yeah, and he said he based it all on talking to his family. And quite clearly, the research that he did, was very confusing. Because he called it Lovers Rock, but in truth, when I stopped and think about it, because I didn't speak directly with Eddie Nesta, but I had a conversation with Eddie Nesta, and when you looked at the post PR, he did actually say that it was a blues. He actually said it was a blues party during the pre-PR public relations stuff that he did. So it was never ever really meant to be a Lovers Rock party. Never ever ever meant to be a Lovers Rock party. Therefore, when Kofi and is it Carol? Sandra Cross, right? And various other Lovers Rock artists were saying that the name was wrong. They're 100 correct. They're 100 correct. Yeah, because it has. I'm sorry, but you really have. You've changed the discussion when we start talking about puberty. You see, when a joke turns flat, when you tell it too many times, that's what happens to a joke, you know. It's no longer a joke. It becomes fucking irritating. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, stop talking about this man. Stop giving him a platform. Bigger things are at stake. No! Sorry, Sandra. Sorry. I can't agree with you. I can't agree with you. You see, the beauty of what this man has done, right, is that he has got us communicating again. Now, there's always two sides to a coin. It's how you want to look at it. You could either just look at it in terms of, oh, we're just going to talk about that specific thing, or you can look at it that, like a conversation, you can go from one topic to another topic to another topic, but we are talking. Yeah? We've all bonded around the fact that we are Black British, the fact that we are here, the fact that we should be talking about our stories, and let's talk about what he's done for the industry. Yeah, let's talk about all the people who got the experience of working with that man. Let's look at it from the point of view, right? That there's everybody who had a complaint meant that they had a different perspective on that thing. You know what that different perspective means? It means that that's how many stories there are to be told. And because that tells us that that's how many stories there are to be told, that means that we do have an identity here. And we do have a responsibility towards one another when we start talking about being Black British.
Try and cater to the community as best we can.
And as you can see, the support from all the coaches here, we all have one vision.
When you develop the mindset, what you're doing is you're developing a person that can be successful.
Trevor used to say, Trevor Hart, you bend a tree when it's young. What happens with a lot of them is they're wasting their time, a lot of it, doing the stupidness on the road before they get in the sense. So if we can get them early, we can hopefully push them in the right direction.
From here, a lot of the boys look at it and they say, oh, I can achieve that. Football's at our heart. Doing right by all the kids that are here is paramount. So for us, it's a win-win scenario, really and truly. Really a win-win scenario in that we get to do what we love, which is coaching. The kids get to come out and play football, and parents, it's slightly easier on their pocket.
Yeah. So we can look at the positive side of what Steve has done, just through getting us to start talking to one another. I don't know what you think. Morning, Muriel. How you doing, darling? Morning, Rudi and everyone. Blues, lovers, rock, bashment, dance, all these types need to be chronically explained to the people. She gets what I'm saying. She understands what I'm saying. Yeah? So it's a question of how you want to look at it. And yes, I'm going to agree with you 110%. Yeah? Because I can agree to disagree, and we can agree to agree, or we can agree to just go our own separate ways. There's nothing wrong with having an adult conversation about things. Nothing wrong about it. When I heard Steve McQueen talk, I knew he had not eaten any jerk chicken before producing that film. We can laugh about it as well. See, that's the difference with my platform, is that I will take a serious subject and I will find the satire in it. But it doesn't mean that we're off point. It doesn't mean that we're not talking about what we need to talk about, because this platform is not for the pickney them. It ain't. If I talk about curly whirlies and you don't know what I'm talking about, then get off my platform. That's what I'm saying. Get off my platform. You don't belong here. Because for too long, right, too many adults, right, want to behave like children. Too many adults want to behave like pickney. Yeah, want to rave every weekend. You know what I mean? Don't want to invest. Don't want to find out about investment. Don't want to use stocks and shares. I had an interview with a guy on Monday by the name of Leighton. Yeah? This guy's into finance in a big way. In a big way. No, small way, no, small way. To the point where the protocol, right, does not permit him, right, to even say what he does outright. And the thing about it is that he was in his own little bubble. He was in his own little bubble. You know, when you say, well, I'm all right, Jack, kind of like thing, it almost came up. It's not that he was thinking that way. I'm not saying that he was thinking that way, but it wasn't until he decided that he wanted to do something of his own, which was communicate and talk to us, did he find out the restrictions or the boundaries that he was up against, because the institution wanted to keep him in that bubble. So it's like when they get one black man and they push him to the top, yeah, and then he loses connection with his own culture, that's what's happening. And that's the kind of brother that we come across. Yeah. Oh, Kofi's in the room. Good morning, Kofi. How you doing? Yes, through discussion, we correct what needs to be corrected. And this was the beauty of what I found with Steve McQueen. We do not accept mediocrity anymore. We are not just happy to be on TV. We're not happy. We ain't happy. We have to look at our high streets and we can see that we ain't happy. Because we're not seen as being part of the fabric of this society in which we live in. Yeah, we came over here since World War II. Yeah, and we helped build up in England. Yeah, the place used to stink. Yeah, them people used to have outside toilets. You understand what I'm saying? You used to have to talk to them about bathing. Yeah? And them treat us like dog.
Hey.
Hey, it's me.
Oh, hey, love.
How are you? How's Mum?
Yeah, well, we're fine. We're all good. We're good.
I'm getting so excited for Christmas.
Christmas! I just really hope I can see you lot.
Me too. I cannot stop thinking about Mum's roasties.
Whoa. What about my gravy?
What about your gravy?
Hey, you, what's going down?
Dad, not the song.
Gravy boat, coming in town. It's not in the ocean, just take a sip. It's filled with scrummy and still see bits.
How does Mum put up with you? Your gravy is pretty good, to be fair, and I just really want to be home for it.
So my gravy is the best.
Dad.
Honey, she says my gravy is the best. Honey.
You know what that tells me? That tells me that if the Steve McQueen did not give us small acts, we wouldn't really know how far we've come. We wouldn't really know how far we've come. Because we had to see, because that's how we are as a people. It's like we have to see something before we realize exactly where we are. When we watched Small Acts, it was like, rah, is that what we put up with? Rah, I can't believe. Rah, look how resilient we are. We're not raising, now we can find a sense of pride. Now we can find our voices. You understand what I'm saying? To the point where in the space of less than 4 months of this year, black faces are all over the TV. All over the TV. Let's look at the progression that we've made. Let's raise ourselves up high now. Yeah? Let's not accept mediocrity. We don't need to. We have a right to critique. Especially if we're going to learn from it. That's why I'm not able in the character assassination of Mr. Steve McQueen. I don't want to hear about his relationships. I don't want to hear about his sexuality. Yeah? I already know where we stand culturally when it comes to homosexuality. So yes, we question why was the lesbian scene in there? Even if we're going to talk about a blues party, why was it in there? Yes? We can start to look at that. We can start to dissect it. Yeah, we could start talking about the subliminal advertising that is going on and the way in which they're starting to sexualize our children by giving them toilets where boys and girls go into at the same time. When you go into a shop and you're noticing that our children are being given panties and bras at such an early age. Yeah, yes, rape used to go on. And I know it is hard to even think. It's even hard to digest. But you want to know the beauty is that only last week there was a young black man who was seen with a little girl in an alley, yeah, and this guy was recorded and it went around the community in a matter of seconds, yeah, and it was dealt with. Before, that kind of stuff would stay underneath the carpet because we are Jamaican, we are Guyanese, we are Grenadian, we are Barbadian, and we don't talk about them things. We're Black British, yeah, we're supposed to talk about them things and we're supposed to eradicate it from our community. We eradicate shit like that. So, Mr. McQueen, big up, my friend. Big up, whether you are talking positively about this film, whether you are talking negatively about this film. This brother has done us a favor. Hold him up in high esteem. Hold him up in high esteem. Now, what I don't want to see is, I don't want to see this momentum that we've got die. I don't want to see this energy that has been created around this die. I went and I spoke to my own peers, my peers, right? These are the people that I love the most when it comes to my genre. I'm not, you know what I mean? We're blessed this morning to have Kofi in here. My peers are the comics. My thing was, listen, all of us sat down there and I'm reading comments and I'm talking to you guys, yeah? And everybody's moaning and complaining about the film, yeah? And so every single person in here is a writer. Everyone is a writer. We all know writers. No, why are you looking around for writers? You're the writers. We're the writers. Yeah? Don't tell me I'm not supposed to be behaving like a picnic anymore. I'm not supposed to be running out and jumping up on stage and starting to tell this and starting to tell that. I'm supposed to be producing. I'm supposed to be directing. I'm supposed to be casting. That's my role now as one of the elders. What is your role now as one of the elders? What is your role now as one of the elders? Yeah? Because it's not enough to sit back now and expect other people to do shit for you. You were born here. It's down to you to do the shit. That's the elders. This ain't no picnic room. This ain't no picnic room. Yeah, this is big people room. Therefore, we're supposed to be talking about big people things. If we're talking about big people things, then we're talking about our responsibility. There's couple man in here. There's Paul McKenzie. Yeah, there's Carl Bassett. You met Carl on Monday. You should have met Carl on Monday. Do you know what that man is doing for his community? And he's running his own business. And he's a DJ. So don't bother tell me, say, Una don't have no time, you know. Don't tell me, say, Una don't have no time, you know. Because you got time to sit down and complain about a man who's actually done something that you can critique. If you got time to stay up all night to critique a man, then you got time to do something for your community. Yeah? Because I know a man who's working bloody hard, yeah? And despite them I work hard, them I do this.
We love looking after young people and just basically helping them in their football development. The academies look after all the senior kids, all the elite kids, and we look after everyone else.
The conveyor belt of talent coming from North West London isn't as frequent as South, West, East and North. So when we do have success stories, it's important that we use those as reference points to the younger people to make them know that where we come from, we can make it.
This is where I'm comfortable. This is what gives me the most joy, watching them not being able to kick a ball, and then 6 months later they're able to do things they never envisioned them doing.
A lot of people are focused on the footballer, and then when the talent doesn't manifest in the way that the coach may like it, goodbye. For us, no, that's the point.
It's giving back to the community. I've been working for the community all my life, and this is a big part of it, just giving back.
So here are kings and here are queens, yeah? Because remember, this is one of our queens. I take nothing away from the genius of what and whom Steve McQueen is. As a film director, he's magnificent. And that's what I loved about your critique, you know, Kofi. You never strayed. You never moved. Yeah? You stuck to the point. You stuck to it. And as a female, that's amazing. that was amazing. You know what I mean? Do you see the energy that I got this morning? Is because I'm full of love and I'm full of positivity right about now. Yeah? I'm screaming. I'm like, yes, it's like we're awake. It's like we're awake. You understand what I'm saying? It's like we're aware. You know what I mean? We're aware. We're awake.
How well does a community take care of itself? According to a recent study, a single pound circulates in the Asian community for 28 days, in Jewish communities for 20 days, in white communities for approximately 17 days, and the black community, 6 hours. This is what we at the Black Wall Street UK desperately want to change. We've developed a unique mobile app called the Black Wall Street UK. This is a business directory for black-owned businesses all across the UK. With the Black Wall Street UK app, you can find any black-owned businesses around you with the tap of a finger. So next time you're searching for a nearby hair product store or a nail shop or an estate agent or any black-owned business or service provider, just do a super quick search on the Black Wall Street UK. Our app allows you to search by business type and location. You can save your favourite businesses, add your own black-owned business, read reviews from other clients and much more. The Black Wall Street UK, the entire UK black community at your fingertips. Free app now available on Apple and Play Store. www.thebblackwallstreetuk.com.
Yeah, so we don't have to accept mediocrity anymore. Look what we're doing. Look at the apps that are now coming out. Yeah, we've got so many different things happening on the internet now, whereby we can spend our money and keep it 360 degrees within our community before it steps out. We did a quiz. We did a quiz on Saturday, right? And the quiz was all about that app. It was all about that app, because that's the sort of that's why when I say oh we're gonna have a laugh and a joke on a Saturday, I'm saying yes, we're gonna have a laugh and a joke, but we're gonna have a laugh and a joke about what is relevant to us. Saturday mornings is big people fun. Yeah, it's about big people fun, but at the same time we are tackling certain issues. We are tackling certain issues. Yeah, we have reached a point. Us lot, I mean, I know that I'm talking to people in here who are supervisors, you're managers, you're high up in what you're doing. If you're not high up in what you're doing, you've got a hell of a lot of expertise in what you're doing. Therefore, the kind of knowledge that you can pass down, or even the expectations that people have of you at work, is the same sort of expectations that you should have when you come home. You should have that of your children. You should have that of yourself. If you can let a white man hold you down so as that you behave or you conduct yourself in a certain way so as that you get excellence, then you should expect that all the time. I mean, I'm going to be interviewing Freddy Krueger on Monday, right? He was a rapper. He was with the Wu-Tang Clan. He was the only British person, actually, to have been in the Wu-Tang Clan. Yeah, and now he's producing films. Yeah, he's taken one of our own beloved comedians, Ori Styler. Yeah, and Ori's in his film. This is what his film is. This is what we're going to be talking about with him when I interview him on Monday.
Be quiet, man. Shoes lock, come on, quick, let's go. Step on it, What's going on? Gav, you've got to be joking me. How can a getaway car have no petrol? Are you serious?
Nah, I don't like this place, man.
Guys, we are in Narnia or something.
One night ain't gonna kill no one.
Some of this stuff must be worth a fortune.
This is Chloe.
There's no one there.
Look over there, by the door. How can you not see them? They're right there.
No one buys this place, we're stuck here forever.
All we've got to do is follow the map and the goal's ours.
Oh, so, are we dead yet?
Mads, that looks exactly like you.
Maybe it's my calling.
Madison's been gone for ages now.
See? What I tell you, yeah? She's dead.
I said get out!
That was Chucky Venn at the end of that, wasn't it? I said, get out. We interviewed Chucky Venn on the Keep It Real chat show. Do you know what I mean? We're doing all right, you know. We ain't doing too badly. We ain't doing too badly. I'm sorry that you feel that way, Kofi. You know what I mean? I mean, we all empathize with you, and we all, oh man, we all take out our arms, and we're actually giving you a big virtual hug right about now. We're giving you a big virtual hug right now. But I'm a comedian, unfortunately. Do you know what I mean? And when I see something as a comic, you know, I can only, you know. That's my job. I'm sorry. I know it's a joke that's gone too far, Kofi. I know, and I don't know what to say. But come on, man. You know, we'll get over this hump, girl. We'll get over this hump because other people are gonna start making films, and it's gonna be rectified. But in the meanwhile, you know, yeah, I'm a comic, innit? And it's like they played that tune. Don't worry, I'm only going to be doing it for this show. I promise I won't be doing it on Friday. I'm going to be talking to Aston Metaphor and a couple of the Rants and Bants crew on Friday morning. If you tell me that you got your backdrop, you're in on the program on Friday. We're going to do the weekly roundup. So Rants and Bants, whoever's got their backdrop, just let me know straight away. Yeah, and you're in on Friday morning. Yeah, you're in. Simple as that. All right. We may have to play this though. Yeah, I know, Kofi. That's what I'm saying. It's like that, really. You know, it's just the comic coming out in me. You know what I mean? And I found a little premise that was given to me by Steve McQueen over Sunday, and I thought what I'm gonna do, yeah, is I thought I would just how you might say, wheel and come again. I mean, on the flip side, at least, you know, we ain't gonna all be singing silly games. You know what I mean? We're gonna start singing "Black is the color of my skin." Dun, da, 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 da. And I got no reason. You know, I mash up your tune. Me know say me mash up your tune. I never mean for mash up your tune. Because even Denise did pull me up when I was singing it, right? I was singing it one morning, yeah? And she was saying to me, you know what, Rudy? It's brown is the color of my eyes. And I was like, shut up, man. It's not. It's black is the color of your eyes. And I did mash up your tune. I did kind of mash up your tune. So I didn't mean to mash up your tune. Yeah, it just kind of like happened. Yeah, because like, you know, when you're in the bar, yeah, and you start singing a tune in it. Then when you start singing that tune, yeah, then you start make up your own version. Come on, man. Everybody makes up their own version. Don't lie. Everybody makes up their own version. Yeah, I'm not the only one who makes up their own version. Everybody makes up their own version. Yeah, a lot of people might not want to admit it, but we do. It's what we do. We make up our own version of things. You know what I mean? And I must admit, that's what I did. I made up my own version of your tune, and I kind of like, I wouldn't say that I did a wheel up and come again. Yeah, but I did kind of like hurt your tune. I did. I know it was wrong. Yeah, I shouldn't have done it. Yeah. But the truth of the matter is I did. Yeah, and I'm gonna have to admit that I did. I hurt your tune. I was singing it and making up my own thing. But like I said, you know what I mean? It means that we're gonna have to find a new tune. Yeah, it means that we got to look for a new tune now, innit? Yeah, because Janet K if Janet was in the room, that would be something else, isn't it? You know, she'd be bawling. She'd be, leave my children alone. Leave my children alone. Look what you're listening to my tune. Really mash up my tune. Really mash up my tune. If I play it, and then I mash it up. If I wheel and come again. Why them do it? So maybe we need to find something else. You know what I mean?
And I'll wave my red flag then.
Rudy, just ignore it, Rudy. Ignore it.
Hold up. You just set me up.
So, Denise Francis, Remember what? 3 more questions. Come on, people. 3 more questions. Remember, there's one of Peter CDs them up for grabs for the best question.
Jodeci, H-Town, Blackstreet, biggest tracks.
Okay.
He's a yardie. He's a yardie. He struggles with the English language. Apparently, he has a certificate in English.
Transparent, Liz. Transparency.
Yeah, transparency. That covers everything. Loyal, faithful.
The whole toilet paper drop in the toilet. What you gonna do?
I must say, first of all, those who are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to YouTube, our Anything Goes YouTube podcast. And then when we go live, you get the notification straight away. All right?
And red card. Remember red card.
Heaven is between a woman's legs as far as I'm concerned.
Come on, Rudi, man.
No,
heaven.
Right there. In heaven. And then pick you to bed.
Rudy,
I'm
Time. Gone.
Rudy,
let's have a proper shit.
The forfeit is going to be someone's going to have to clean somebody's underpants. Yes.
So remember, we control our narrative now, you know. Our parents did what they did. They came over here. They've given us a foundation. They've got their houses and everything here now. Some of us are still in them. Yeah, some of us got our kids in them. You understand? We have a foundation here. We control the narrative. You know, that's what I'm saying. We are now responsible. We cannot complain anymore. We are doing really well. We've seen the Christmas advert. We know that the racists, them are bubbling inside. We know them are bubbling inside. Yeah? But now we've got to learn to support one another. And I mean real support. We're not talking about conversations that us lot used to have, right? Remember all of those feelings. Remember, do you notice how quickly we all sort of like calmed down the moment we heard Kofi's voice? Because we started to remember. Yeah, Steve only had a bad day. It did not destroy anything. If anything, it woke us up. It told us we cannot accept mediocrity. And the reason why we can't accept mediocrity is because of just how much experience we have of living here. It's because of the experiences that we have of living here. We've done really well. We're not going to pull each other down. We're not going to be upset. Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, I am a comic, so we have to rinse certain. That's just saying that we don't get stuck in the past. That's all that means. We don't get stuck in the past. Yeah, we don't live in the past. We do not live in the Caribbean. We live here. Yeah. Therefore, we have to make changes here. Yeah, we have to have a voice here. Yeah, we have to have the representation here. We can travel backwards and forward to the Caribbean. We could pick up the phone and we could talk to people on our phone in the Caribbean. We can do all of that. The technology is here. So it's down to us to use it. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, but now it's about real. It's about being real. It's about keeping it real. Yeah, that's what it's about now. Yeah, no talk. Well, ain't that talk business no more. It's about keeping it.
You know, I was the first one to have Usain Bolt on the cover of my magazine.
It was also a discovery to self, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Now I know you have to do the circuit first before you even.
You're supposed to work the boards, right?
Yes. And she's looking at me. He's standing there calling me a nigger. She's looking at me, not saying anything. So I punched him in the face.
I got a booking with my agent at the time, Beverly Randall. Got the booking, and it's new and it's exciting because it was new to me. I'd never been on an oil rig. I'd never even thought about it. But the whole thing and the money was fantastic. Let's be honest.
I consider my stick my third leg. Without the stick now.
I wish I had a stick that was a third leg. I really do. But,
Pencil has it.
Yeah. Even my mum used to say, I usually start by saying Wagwan when I get on stage, and my mum's going like, they won't understand what Wagwan is. I go, well, then they need to learn.
I refuse to cut that. One of my favorites.
Keeping it real with Rudi Lickwood. Keeping it real with Rudi Lickwood. The topical interactive chat show where you may end up being one of the guests with special guests and you the audience. Comedy with Rudi Lickwood. This event is brought to you by Comedy Hubs. Don't forget, keeping it real with Rudi Lickwood. This is an 18 certificate only.
18 for a reason, because we're big people. Not because I swear and all them kind of things. It's because of the issues and the topics I talk about. Over the months, you've got to know me. A lot of you have got, there's a few of you who've got to know me very closely. Yeah? Me not have time. My granddad know. Me not have time to mess about. That's what I'm saying. I ain't, man. I ain't. You know? I laugh and I joke, yeah? Because that's always been the distraction. I'm coming from, remember, I'm coming from a domestically abusive background. Yeah, so comedy was a tool that I used in order to deflect, in order to get things across. Yeah, but deep down inside, you know what I mean? Me is somebody else. Yeah, me is you. You is me. That's the whole point of keeping it real. Yeah, it's to show the real people. Yeah, what the real people are getting up to. Not the labels that they give us. Lazy and all them kind of thing there. Yeah. By the way, Kofi, I'm going to have to drag you up as well. I have to drag you up because you have not been on 15 Minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudi Lickwood. The reason being is that you was in Leeds, I do believe, but you do owe it to the room to show up at 15 Minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudi Lickwood. So I'm going to put it out there. If you're not busy this Saturday, we would love to see you. We would love to see you. Carl, unfortunately, he did have a prior appointment, and that's the reason why he can't appear on Saturday. But we would love to have you on the show this Saturday. If there's people who would love to have Kofi on the show, if there's people who would love to have Kofi on 15 Minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudi Lickwood this Saturday, could you please just put up yeses? Please just throw up some yeses in the room. I'd appreciate that, yeah? Just throw up your yeses. Make her know say she's one of our queens, yeah? And because she's one of our queens, we're supposed to see all of these people on different panels. Do you know what I mean? They're supposed to be all over the place, yeah? They're supposed to be our personalities. They're supposed to be the people who make social comments about what we do because they talk through their music. I talk with my voice. Do you know what I'm saying? So please, man, you know, I can't see no yeses. I see one yes from Sleepy. How you doing, rude boy? That's a brother that I listen to on Saturdays. How you doing, big man? Respect, man. I've only got one yes. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. I see a next yes. Come on, man. Get Kofi on it. I see another yes. Oh my God. Your mouth is too sweet. Hear this one now? Come on, man. I see another yes. Yes. Mash up the cave, man. Mash up the cave, man. I see another yes. We would love to see you, Kofi. If you're free, we really would love to see you. But in the meanwhile, yeah, don't forget, you know what I mean? You are sitting down with Rudi Lickwood, and you know what I mean? I'm gonna. Good thing that Janet ain't in the room, innit? Jesus Christ. Janet, I reckon Janet would have taken a knitting needle and push it right in between my neck from Yassa, and it will pop out the other end right about now. Yeah? So peeps, man. Listen, it's a Wednesday. We're in the middle of the week. What does Paul say? He's where you been, man? Where the fuck you been? You know what I mean? Yeah, it's the middle of the week. We're getting over the hump. We're all looking forward. We're all looking forward to Sunday. Let's look forward to Sunday. Yeah, let's lower our expectations though. Yeah, can we know say the higher our monkey climb, the more in Batty show, right? So we know that Steve McQueen is at the top of the tree right about now. So we're all looking at his Batty. Yeah, it's not his fault. It's not his fault. It's just that he doesn't accept mediocrity. Yeah. So because he doesn't accept mediocrity, we have every right to critique. All right, people. You woke up late. What white man wakes up late? That's what I want to know. Ain't you lot normally on time? That's what happens when you didn't invent time. Well, you did actually invent time. When you think about it, you actually did. I mean, we used to record time through our pharaohs, right? It was through the dynasties. That's how we measured time. We never measured time in terms of like a clock. We measured time in terms of how long a pharaoh, ruled over his people. That's how we measured time. That's how we measured time back in the day, yeah? Whereas today, we have to fall into the construct of European time. So enough people going after work because they need to be at work at a certain time. Whereas we would turn up when we get up, innit? That's what we're like, is the Pharaoh dead yet? No, I'm not dead. Well, me soon come. Because if I'm not dead, then me dep on time. You know what I'm saying? That's how we used to be. You know? And it's lovely when you start to learn about yourself. It's lovely when we start to look beyond this the slave when we look beyond slavery and look at what we did and look at what we achieved. And if we can go past that time and start to look at what we've done, because we've got over 25 dynasties to look at, yeah, we know that we got a lot of catching up to do. So just to tell Steve McQueen that, you know what, bruv, you ain't really hitting the mark, ain't nothing. It ain't nothing, because we built pyramids. You understand? We were doing cataract surgery way back when. Yeah, we already knew about the plants and everything. Yeah, that you need when you were sick or when you was ill. Yeah, Dr. Sebi, if Dr. Sebi was alive now, right, and they listened to this man, cancer would not exist. Yeah, but the pharmaceutical industry killed that man. Yeah. So let's take some pride in what we've done. Let's really take some pride in what we've done. Let's really use this time and this momentum and this energy and this communication that is happening to make real change. Yeah, because that's what we can do. We're in that position to do that now. We really are. Yeah, our children are so far advanced. They're so far ahead of us. Yeah, but they need guidance, right? And the people who's gonna guide them is us. The future is not in their hands. Their future is in the attitude you place within them. Yeah, they showed what they actually showed was they showed during that film a brother billing a spliff, you know, in the house. That never used to happen. You know why that never used to happen? Because we had manners and respect. The reason why that happens now is because we allowed it to happen. It's our generation. It's us who let our kids smoke weed and everything in other house. We did that because we became too liberal about it. Yeah, I ain't saying a man shouldn't smoke weed. Don't get me wrong. There's a time and a place as far as I am concerned. Me smoke weed now and again. You know? Me smoke weed now and again. You put up my hand. Me smoke weed. Yeah, but I know it takes me it takes me days to recover from that. Do you know what I mean? It's like love making. I used to make love and get up and start again, and make love and get up and start again, make love and get up and start again. Nowadays, when I make love, after that, I have to sleep. Never sleep, no. I have to recover. Come here, I get all up. Yeah? Martin. What we have said, rude boy? Don't forget, Martin's going to be there tonight, yeah? Anything goes. It's anything goes at 10 o'clock. Now, I have made up for the time that we lost out on this morning. So nobody can't cuss me. Yeah? So I'll see you guys 10 o'clock. Yeah? I'll see you at what time? 10 o'clock tonight. All right.
Whoa.
What you put me on this time of morning? You're going to scare everybody.
I don't think they'll be sitting out there for me. I don't think so, though. But you know, you've gone the old TV a bit, haven't you?
Yeah, it's part of the great plan.
We're giving the UK some bush tea right about now.
Oh,
right.
Oh yeah.
And all the nastiness, right?
The guts are bubble. The guts.
Yeah.
The bubble.
Yeah, that guy coming over to me. You're on your second coffee and bag. Oh my gosh, listen, girl. I haven't even had a coffee. The thing is, if it wasn't for my daughter, I sent her a long text last night. But if it wasn't for my daughter, I think I would have still been asleep. But she had to go to school, so she came to say bye, Dad. And I was like, oh my god, if she's saying bye, yeah, if she's saying bye, that means that 8:15 is gone.
How well does a community take care of itself? According to a recent study, a single pound circulates in the Asian community for 28 days, in Jewish communities for 20 days, in white communities for approximately 17 days, and the black community, 6